I grew up in a house in the same block as McGee and Maple Grove schools at 45th and Maple. In the front yard there was a giant chestnut tree that grew from a chestnut planted by my uncle in 1922. My friends and I lived in this tree. This was the days of crinolines. I haven't worn a skirt since then. No, really. But there we were in our crinolines up in the tree, and my dad used to say we looked like butterflies in the tree. I remember when the concrete sidewalks replaced the wood. I remember when the Chinese veggie seller came to our house at dinner. I have a lot of memories from that neighborhood. In the early 60s, our house and 6 others were expropriated by the city to be used for school grounds. The home that my dad had lovingly renovated was torn down. At least the chestnut tree was left. In fact, it's still there. They cut the lower branches off so the kids couldn't climb it anymore, but it's still there. At that time, I was taking riding lessons in Southlands, and I heard through the grapevine of a house for sale. My parents ended up buying it, and we moved. It felt as though we were moving to the country. We had dogs, cats, chickens, and horses, and a huge veggie garden, which my mom tended. At this time, there was only tar and gravel roads, cabbage farms, the cannery, and some big riding stables. It was a fabulous teenagerhood. In 1985, when the first real mansion was built here, my country village started to feel threatened. This was the impetus for the city to initiate a formal planning process. The Southland Citizens Planning Committee met every Wednesday for 3 hours for 2 years with consistently 100 to 175 people from the neighborhood arguing. There were, of course, 2 camps. The ones that wanted Southlands to stay as it is, with pheasants and septic tanks and small farmhouses, and the others who wanted to subdivide and build. I'm happy to say that we managed to have the city adopt the Southlands Plan in 1988, where the purpose was to keep Southlands rural. What an emotional win for me. We all worked so hard. Of course, developers never actually go away. They're always waiting for you to let down your guard. In around 2000, they took over the Ratepayers Association and again tried to persuade people to subdivide. That's when we started the nonprofit society, Friends of Southlands, as a watchdog and lobby group to help preserve Southlands as an agricultural, semi-rural, and equestrian community. So much has happened since then, but one thing I know for sure, I will continue to fight with my lifelong friends and my wonderful neighbors for the Southlands we all know and love.